Hello and what is going on today, guys? Tomcat here, and today we are going to be talking about the physics in the SuperStreet game. Now, physics have been a major question for a lot of people, including me, or based around this game for a long time, pretty much ever since it was announced. And they decided to do a full in-depth video where they would literally just drive the cars around and show off the physics, and I think that's really interesting. It's really cool. Now, the main thing that always gets me about physics, and the main thing that I am always very concerned about with new games is the weight going to feel correct? Now, the cars have to feel weighted enough that you feel like there's a consequence to throwing them around. They have to feel like they're a little bit more than like throwing around like a little piece of cardboard or something. But they have to not feel so heavy that they all feel like boats. Now, actually, going through the customization here real quick, it's actually really cool that they showed this as a little extra tidbit because I didn't know they were going to. I didn't think they were going to. When it was like physics demonstration, I was like, oh, okay, so it's just going to be all about the physics. No, it's actually kind of cool because they were like, here's some customization for you as well. So while you guys enjoy the customization gameplay, I'm going to go back to talking about the physics because I feel like that's the most important part of this video and most important thing to go over with this trailer. Now, I do notice the fact that when they did show like what they're showing right now, the front wheel drive car, the main thing with the front wheel drive car is that you do see noticeable push, which is good. Now, I wonder if they're also going to have a dynamic of lift-off oversteer, because lift-off oversteer is a characteristic of a lot of front-wheel drive cars, but I don't know if they're going that deep into, you know, simulating, quote-unquote, the dynamics of driving a front-wheel drive car. Now, it could be basically like grip, and then push, or it could be grip, and then if you lift off, it'll rotate. If you don't lift off, it'll push forward. That would be really nice. But here in the gameplay that we're about to see on screen, you can see that it is pretty darty. The only thing, and you can see also it does push straight on. It pushed straight on into that wall, which that also brings us to the damage, which actually is kind of cool. I like what they've done with the damage. They're able to do more with damage because these cars are not licensed and they don't have to really be concerned about that. But back to the physics. The only thing I'm concerned about is the cars feeling too light. And obviously I haven't played the full game yet, so I don't know. That's something that I can't wait to get my hands on and actually see. But my main concern, again, is that the physics could be a little too light. But again, I'm going to reserve my judgment on that until I actually play the game, because physics are one of those things that you can't judge just by looking at them. You know what I mean? You can't just look at the physics and just say, oh, well, they're definitely going to be this way, or they're definitely going to be that way. Now, on to the rear-wheel drive car. The rear-wheel drive car obviously does look pretty tail-happy, but the return from sideways back to straight again looks a little jumpy. It also looks like it pushes really hard, and then it's like this really almost abrupt transition into oversteer. But to be fair, I'm not going to say that it doesn't feel right, obviously, because I haven't played it yet. But I do want to make it kind of known that the rear-wheel drive car does still look a little bit pushy, I guess you could say, just because of the fact that when it seems like you go around a corner in it, at least in the stock version, it's like push, and then big oversteer. It doesn't really look like it's very progressive. Now, in the tuned one, it does look like it progressively releases the rear end, which is really good. It does look like it has a tendency to oversteer, a tendency to drift, which is a really good thing, right? A really good thing, and I'm glad that it does do that, and it looks a lot smoother in the tuned car than it did in the stock car, which I think probably goes to show the fact that the tuning is going to have an effect, you know, a good effect on the handling, obviously, and, you know, also on the power and the boost and things like that. But I think, again, they do still look kind of light. And I don't know if that's coming over or across for you guys. It's coming across for me. But the all-wheel drive car is kind of weird because when I first started looking at it, it looked really plowy, and then it looked a little oversteery, and then it was kind of one of those things where I was like, it might actually be a nice happy medium, because if you do get an all-wheel drive car sideways, all you got to do is just floor the throttle, and that'll generally just pull you out of the slide. So I'm hoping that's what they've done here, because if that's what they've done here and that's what they've made the all-wheel drive cars feel like, then the all-wheel drive cars could actually be very enjoyable to drive. It just depends on what actual specifics they've done to make them feel that way. So I think that there could be a happy medium to be reached here. We just kind of have to figure out what that happy medium is, and the only way we're gonna figure that out is by getting our hands actually on the real game. Now, again, the cars do look kind of light, they do look a little jumpy, but that's my only gripe with what I'm seeing out of the physics, and again, that could be disproven when we actually play the game, but I want to know what you guys think, so let me know in the comments below if you think the cars look too light and jumpy, or if you think they look heavy, or if you think they look like they're going to be a good, happy medium, and knowing, of course, that we can't make our final decision until we played the full game, but I want you guys to let me know if you think, again, if you think they look too light, too heavy, or what. I'm personally leaning towards the fact that they look a little too light, but again, that's just an opinion that could be changed when I actually get to play the game. So, hope you all enjoyed. Make sure you click that like button. I'll see you all in the next one.